Let me tell you what it actually is. You do not know what you want because you do not spend enough time in solitude and you do not actually have a relationship with yourself. In any relationship, right? With your best friend, with your romantic partner, your mother, your father, your child, siblings, in any relationship, even with your boss or your staff, you will know that, for example, your boss wants you to come into work at 9 a.m. because you've had that conversation with your boss. Your boss told you. And you will know that maybe when you come in very late, your boss really hates that, or you will only know because of the conversations that you've had with people, right? Because of the relationship you've established with people, you will know certain things. You'll know what they want. In the same way, having relationship with yourself is the only way you can find out what you really want. It's the only way you can really understand who you are. Again, as human beings, we are limited, we are flawed, we are imperfect, and there is the divine. You can only go to your creator, right? It's either with having relationship with yourself that you can find out what you really want, and especially asking God, right? He has all the answers since he made us, right? He made our stories. The issue here is that you don't spend enough time in solitude with yourself. If you were to spend most of your time with people the whole time, no matter how extroverted you can be, and no matter how much you're enjoying being with people, somehow you notice that you start to speak like these people that you're with all the time. You notice that you start to like the same food that they liked. Maybe they smoke cigarettes, now you smoke cigarettes. In working environments where people would pick up certain habits, smoking, drinking, whatever it is, they pick it up, right? You know that saying, you are a sum up of the five people that you spent the most time with. So the issue here is solitude. When you are spending alone time with yourself, you are free from societal pressures, from societal constructs of what you're expected to be. Have you noticed how, like, when you're on your own, there's certain things that you're gonna do that you're gonna do those things honestly. The beauty in honesty, right? You're gonna do what you feel truly within you, right? You're gonna do that. Whether it's wrong, whether it's right, you're gonna do that. The beauty in being honest and accepting the truth of what is really lying in front of you, right? When you've reflected, when you've looked at everything, the beauty is that once you've looked at it, you can decide for real now. Do I really want this? Is this who I am? Is this what I'm going to reflect? And then you can say, you know what, I'm changing this. I don't like this narrative about myself, you know? Maybe when no one's looking, I take too many drinks. I don't know. Maybe I eat all the things I shouldn't be eating. Maybe it could be taking some type of drug you're not supposed to be, right? When no one is looking. And the beauty in it is, okay, let's be honest. I don't like this narrative. It's bad for me. I'm gonna stop now. And there's true power in that place, right? Instead of showing an image that you are healing, you are overcoming something, inside you feel like an imposter, right? But to be able to be honest and work on that area with honesty, No shortcuts. That is freedom. That is true freedom. Now, working on and cultivating a relationship with yourself, right? That looks like talking to yourself. How often do you conversate with yourself? Not talking at yourself, not like what we all do when we say that, hey, I talk to myself, and then we feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so weird because I talk to myself and everyone talks to themselves. I'm not talking about that type of talk to themselves. I'm talking about having a conversation with yourself, actually listening to yourself and asking yourself questions, right? And really reflecting, thinking about it, like, is that really, like, trying to understand yourself. Do you ever do that? You should do that. Okay, something that helps is standing in the mirror. Now, the sum up of this video is, so an exercise that I want to share with you guys right now is how I try to practice this now. Whenever I can, right? Every day, I try to introspect and reflect, right? And this comes in handy when it comes to journaling. So what I will do is, if I was having a conversation with someone, I try to be responsible. I choose to be responsible for the narrative that I'm feeding my mind, that I'm feeding myself. Because the thing about your brain is, it's a computer that you can program, that you can insert whatever formulas, whatever coding that you want a certain outcome from, right? So with that in mind, I'm taking responsibility to feed my mind the correct thing, to know what I really want, right? So I can truly pursue those things that I desire, and that I can have a full, fulfilling, happy life. I will take responsibility, and this is my own practical way, by, if I was having a conversation with Nelao, right, earlier today, I will go sit down with myself and I'll say, Nelao was talking about this thing. I mean, the sooner you can do it, the better, right? Even right there while you're having the conversation with this person, I think a little bit after the conversation, after being present with him, right? Then you can ask yourself, okay, Nelao was saying all friendships are evil, all friends, all girlfriends, they're gonna stab you in the back, don't trust a woman, blah, 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 right? Now, Lau might say all these things, but then now you ask yourself, what do I think? Right? What does Abigail think about what Nelau said? Is it true? Do I agree with what Nelau said? That all friendships are evil and fake and all these things? And because no one is watching, no one is listening, now I can be honest. Do I really think that? Right? Is it true? And I feel like it'll tell you so much about who you are. And in that moment, if you notice that you do not like the truth that comes out, the reality of the situation, don't judge yourself. Don't judge yourself. Sit with it. Acknowledge it. Be honest that, hey, this is what I actually think. Does that make you a bad person? Maybe. Maybe not. But it makes you human. Right? It makes you a human being. Sit with it and acknowledge, like, hey, is this good for me? What type of fruit will I expect by following this type of narrative for my life? Am I happy with what I'm hearing? Am I happy with what I'm seeing? No. Change your reality. I don't want that to be the case. So I'm changing my reality. I'm choosing otherwise. Maybe I do feel like, yes, friendships maybe I feel like, friendships are bad and you can't trust people and all these things and all these things. But also, I do have hope that there is good out there. Then let me choose that. Let me strive for that. If that is possible, then it's surely possible for me, right? You know how the Bible says nothing is impossible. And truly, truly, the power of life and death is in the tongue. It is in the mind, in the thoughts, in the words that we speak, right? Choosing what the narrative will be, what the confession will be, what the thoughts will be. So, the beauty in basically that exercise is you get to reset. You get to really think like, oh wow, how has this impacted me? And let me tell you, you take responsibility like a parent caring for your inner child, because your inner child has always been there. You take responsibility of what is there, and you parent yourself that, hey, I know you experienced this, but this is not the truth of life, right? Or, hey, even though, despite what you just heard, there is this side, this angle of the whole story, and you can choose to have that. That is something that I try to teach my little cousins, my little nieces and nephews, is the way that life is, right? Despite all this bad stuff that's happening, despite all of this, you do have a choice, you do have free will, you can choose, you can create, because you are a creator made in the image of your creator. So, establishing that relationship with oneself, very key. You get to have a relationship with someone when you spend time with them. And this is so true for both your relationship with God, right? With your maker, your creator. And so true with your relationship with yourself, right? And from that place, self-love births. From that place, clarity, vision is birthed. The truth sets you free. So, you can only know what you truly want by being on your own. And I found this to be true for my life. For example, right? I'm on vacation right now. And I was feeling tempted when I arrived to start visiting family, visiting loved ones, and making plans. And the truth was, deep down, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. The truth is, I want to be selfish right now. I just want to be. I just want to recharge because I need it. There's a call right now. There's so many calls. There's a call to see family. There's a call to see friends. There's a call to see an old boss in the area where I used to work because I value them. I care for them. All these people, all these aspects of my life, I care for, I love. But also, what am I crying out for? And the truth is, I'm crying out for solitude. I'm crying out for being at the beach like this. I'm crying out for just being here, breathing this clean, fresh air. That's what I'm crying out for. I'm crying out for grounding. I'm crying out for the things that I want to do, right? And from that place of spending time with yourself, knowing what you actually want, you can give yourself those things that you really want. So, yeah, that's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and share with anyone who you think will really connect with what I just shared. Yeah, and don't forget, just you have free will, you have a choice. Choose yourself. Choose yourself. Bye.